Hey, it's Keith Hagan doing another e-commerce best-in-class video for Inflow. So let's get started. Today we're looking at House. So you probably have heard of this site. It is massive. It sells bedroom, bath, furniture, lighting, decor, kitchen, just everything. And it also gives you lots of ideas, hooks you up with professionals. It is so much. So we can only touch on so much of this today, but let's do that. So the first thing that they do when you arrive on their site is they pretty much ask you for information about yourself. And they do this either through a pop-up or giving you the banner area. And they're trying to figure out what you're interested in, which is brilliant because later I'll tell you how they essentially inventory you. But they're never going after a newsletter, but they are targeting you, and it's garbage in, garbage out. They know who you are, what you're interested in, so when they get your information, they can associate you with whatever project it is, and so it's brilliant in terms of how they inventory customers. So. But let's talk about the actual features that are on the site. That's what our best-in-class matrix really inventories. So, we'll start off with looking at the overall navigation. So, they start off on the top navigation, which they do a brilliant job with, and they go over photos for you to get inspired, finding professionals. Then they go into shop. Each one of these items, more or less, are covered at the top, but you can start here. If you do want to dig in deeper, you can go into kitchen and handle all shop, which will also lead you back to photos and pros, same with bath, bedroom, and the mall. So they essentially allow you multiple ways to get the same information. And when you offer this many categories, that's essential. When you sell everything, you need multiple ways to get people there. So, and likewise, when they scroll down, notice that they have a static line, and it looks like it focuses on the search, but then when you mouse over it, again, it gives you that menu. So they're not burdening you with the menu, only if you mouse over it, indicating that you actually want to search for something. So great job there by the house people. They really understand their audience and how they're using the site. So the next is we're just going to go into a category. We'll choose, let's see, tabletop, kitchen tabletop. Okay, so we see that we have, 85,000 different products just in this one tabletop category. So they start off really by allowing us to use navigation and narrow down. So let's narrow down into flatware. Okay, now we're only down to 3,700, so now we're making some progress. Now I'm also going to choose forks. Only 511 forks, or sporks. So pretty good. They essentially focus you on drilling down through navigation, and then right under it is faceted navigation for filtering, and they do this seamlessly, and this is the best practice. This did not happen 2 years ago. Hardly any site was doing it 2 years ago. The trend started to happen. We recognized it as a good thing. We started recommending it to our clients. That's another story. But today, if we take a look at this kind of category / facet left navigation, 12 out of 19 of the best-in-class websites that we monitor do this, whereas 2 years ago it was 2 out of 20. So pretty pretty typical use of this, but an excellent example of a facet navigation, the way it's blended with categories and just regular drill down navigation. Excellent example of it. So another thing that they do well is they have a quick view. Now, quick view is when you mouse over the gallery image and you can view the product. Now, this has been falling out of favor. It was once very popular. The majority of best-in-class sites had it. Now, only 7 out of the 20 best-in-class sites that we monitor have this feature. But Houzz does it very well. It takes up the entire page, and essentially it is a product page. You can scroll down and you pretty much get all the information you'd expect from a product page. So they've, Houzz has done this because they are, essentially giving you a product page with the quick view. So, but it meets their style, because people are always, instead of having to navigate and use the back button, they realize that pogo stick behavior is so prevalent that they just made it easy for people to view it and to do it with a layer. So that's pretty smart. Again, knowing their audience and solving, making it easy for their audience. Now, an interesting thing about this site is that you won't find a newsletter sign up anywhere. Now, that's because they already know what you're interested in, and anytime that you check out, they're going to ask you for your information. I've already registered. You can register through Facebook or Google or by email, but if you go from your cart, of which their shopping cart, their bag as we call it, it doesn't say anything except, yes, I've added you to the cart. Watch this. I'm going to hit add to cart, and there we go. This item's been added to your cart. No details, no upsell, no cross-sell. Don't even tell you what you added. They just, or verify that it's there with other items. They pretty much just keep you locked down, and then if you check out, they put you right in the checkout. So, and in order to get here, they make you register, as I mentioned. So they're collecting your information. Anybody who wants to save anything, wish list or add into cart, they're getting your information. They're making it really easy for you to give it to them through Google and Facebook or email, but they are getting your information. Now, we see other sites do this, like ModCloth, again, a very savvy e-commerce site, which is also on our best-in-class list. But this is essential for collecting information. And when we talk about e-commerce and competing with Amazon these days, you really need to capture and nurture your audience. They might not come back to your site. So this is a brilliant way to do it. If you have the goods, if you have something people want, if you give them a good experience, if they trust you, they will register if you make it easy. And then if you're like Houzz, you can know what they're interested in, and you can have their information so you can nurture them, because Houzz is not after a sale today. Houzz is after a sale for the rest of that person's life. And that's why capturing information is more important to them than potentially alienating them by making them register in order to check out. So a little bit of large scale strategy that some sites really could adopt, most don't. Now, we're in a Roach Motel here right now. I can't get out. Something that Houzz takes to an extreme. Not sure I would recommend that, but it seems to be working for them. So I have to change that URL, and now I'm back. So let's go take a look at something else here. Let's go take a look at a product page. All right. Now their product pages, sorry, I accidentally clicked into their quick view. Here's a product page. It's pretty essential. We've got ratings and reviews. They do a very clean slate. But what I wanted to show was this ask a question. Now, they're one of just 4 out of 20 best-in-class sites that we track that do the ask a question. But um, they do it, and for them it works. If you've got any kind of product where people are wondering about the quality or the size or the weight, then you can ask a question to your product page, just like you have reviews and frequently bought together. Now, here we go. This product is one question, and this is where somebody wrote, is the weight, it's always weight when it comes to products, but is the weight 8 ounces or 8 pounds? There you go. The webmaster of Houzz needs to read that and needs to make sure that the actual ounces or pounds is actually placed with that unit of measure, with that measurement. So, but here, somebody who bought the product, and they're a professional within the network of Houzz, but it doesn't have to be a professional. It's somebody who bought the product. They say it's roughly 8 pounds. So there you go. Question answered, and now everyone else can see it. And now this person who asked the question had a good experience, and it didn't come at the expense of the CSRs at Houzz. It was community driven. So you're making your product pages into a community, you're increasing support, you're getting great learnings. I mean, this is essential. They should now make sure that that information is on the page. And what do you know? It is on here now. Looks like somebody's paying attention over at Houzz. Again, their team is awesome. That's why they're on the best in class list. Because we don't track good sites. We actually just track good teams. All right, Keith with Inflow. Thanks very much for watching, and I hope this was helpful.